This is Vermont Forest for February 2003, and Jim White unable to be with us this month, but a lot is going on in the world, and we've crossed the line. From Vermont, we're in New York, Shushan, New York, just across the border, and we're at a place here, Shushan Bentwood. It's been in business for many years, does a lot of unique things. And to tell us about that is Buzz Thompson, who is a Vermont resident. If you had started your career with this type of thing at Hale Company, which is well known in the Arlington area for many, many years. And maybe you can tell us briefly what the history of here and just what you do, and then we'll look at some of the unique equipment and the pieces of wood.
Well, basically what we do is bend solid wood components for chairs and dining room furniture, stuff like that. Get the rough stock in and plate bend it. You have to steam it and then put it in pans and dry it. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on. They've been here for probably 50 or 60 years doing the same thing. And that's about it. We'll just have to take a walk around and see.
You say the building we're in here now, one time was a theater. So.
Yep, and I'm not sure how long ago that was, but it had to be at least 60 years ago.
Well, in your business process here, I'm sure everyone is facing competition these days, and the competition here is an overseas competition, I guess, and that's one of the things that's really affecting specialty wood markets, at least in New England, I think.
Yeah, imports have hurt us a lot, and I don't see it getting any better. But there's still people that want furniture that's made over here, and hopefully they'll keep buying it.
Well, the quality is here, that's for sure. At a quick glance, somebody might not notice the difference. Wait 2 years and then see what it acts like, and you'll know why the American made is better. So we'll try to stay loyal to American made products.
Right.
So what would be the best thing to look at first? You must have the raw material, which is generally probably all produced by your sawmill in Salem, New York?
Yep, we get all of our raw material from the sawmill up in Salem. We send it down.
And that is sized many times according to what you're going to do here.
Yep.
So you don't have a lot of excess trimming or slabs and things, and then you can go to work on it and do what you need.
Right.
And I guess there's a few of your vendors that send an item to you to do some bending to.
Yeah, we have 1 or 2 vendors send in back posts or slabs, and we bend it for them and send it back, whatever they prefer.
And some of the equipment is real state-of-the-art microwave drying bending.
Yeah.
And others is equipment that's probably been in use for 60, 80 years.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is European equipment. I noticed the names on things. Italy, Germany,
Almost
Holland.
all the equipment we have is the conventional equipment. It's almost all German or Italian. Our presses ignite, they're in the United States, and all the new technology, our radio frequency is we get out of North Carolina. But it's either one extreme or another. It's either all new or all 60 years old.
But employees are very important in the process here because they handle every item numerous times, and there's a lot of decisions to be made along the way. See someone placing a piece of wood somewhere, it's being placed there special location, special reason, a special time. There's a lot of critical things that go into it. And if anybody ever tried to bend a piece of wood or bake something in their oven, they've made mistakes. It doesn't come out right. Well, we'll take a look around and see what we have. We've got some bundles of short pieces of wood here. Some longer than others, some thicker than others. And this must be your raw material?
Yep, this material's come down from our sawmill up in Salem. We bring it down here, put it on the dock until we get ready and room in the kiln to dry it down to a desired moisture content.
We bring it up some wax on the ends of these pieces to keep it from checking.
Right. If you don't end coat them, even with the weather, you're going to create checking.
And these are then, I guess you'd refer to it as a blank, a piece that's slightly oversized to what you're going to be making.
Right.
And then you're going to cut it, trim it, bend it, sand it, depending on what particular item you're going to be making.
Depending on what you're going to have to, what you're making. Usually it will come down rough. Right now it should be just about the right length for bending. Comes down, gets set out here on the dock.
Where's the next step it usually goes?
And right over here we have a kiln. Set it into the kiln. You want to bring it down to a desired moisture content, depending on where you're bending it. So what it is, you're putting it in here. You just have to keep going through it with a moisture meter. And once it gets down where you want it, just bring it out and start bending.
But from doing it, you know real close what that moisture meter is going to read usually in time.
After you moisture meter originally, you can just about tell how much it's going to drop. Some stuff you put in here might have to sit in here 6-7 weeks. Other things might only have to sit in here a couple of weeks, you know, depending on how you're going to bend it. We do conventional bending and we do radio frequency bending. Radio frequency has to be a lot drier stock, so of course it would have to sit longer. Do your conventional bending, it might only have to sit in here, you know, a couple of weeks.
It's always nice and warm in a dry kiln. About what temperature is this maintained at?
This one here is the original kiln that I put it into. This one here, I only run up 90 or 100 degrees. A lot of times I'll take stock that I need. I'll put it in here first. If you get too much heat, you're going to end check it or cause split in wood. But when I get ready, I'm going to need it within a week or so. I'll take it from here, put it into other kilns, and turn the temperature up. We can run as high as 140 or 150 degrees in the other kilns.
And of course, this all uses energy. Your heat, you have to heat the buildings and everything. And show us where that all comes from. That looks like one big fire going on in there.
That's how we make our steam. We burn all of our waste wood that comes down from our Salem plant, and it's a huge savings. Up there you can chip it, or you can bring it down here. And we go to a lot of wood to make steam. You're always opening and shutting your doors, so you know, losing your steam. If you had to heat it with fuel oil, the cost would be great. It would be too expensive, I think.
Well, with a wood boiler, and this is fed by hand.
By hand, yeah.
So you or someone's making some trips here the weekends too.
Luckily, one of our employees lives 2 doors down, so he's got no job. On the weekends, we burn chunk wood. That's the only time we buy in. That way, if somebody only has to come in 3 times a day to feed the boiler. It works out well.
So we've got some other kilns over here, and then we're starting into some of the various bending processes.
Okay.
Here, this is another kiln, and this is the after your first kiln is you need to fine tune things more when it comes in here.
Right. We always put it in the pre-dryer out there, bring it down what we can, real slow to make sure it don't affect whatever. When we're getting where we know we're going to need it shortly, we bring it in here and bring it down.
And every species of wood, or the dimensional size of the wood, or the actual bending we're going to do, that all makes a difference in where the moisture is.
Yep, it does. The thinner the piece, that's another thing. The thinner the piece is, the faster it's going to dry. The kilns, you should go through once a day, moisture meter every load in there. It's real easy when you get down to the final, where you're just about getting ready to bend it, to bring it down too low. Once it gets too dry, you can steam it all day long, and you're still going to get breakage down. There's not enough moisture in the wood to allow for bending.
And for the unique and various pieces that you make here, there's no book to tell you exactly where all these things are. There's kind of
Years
through years
trial
of
and
trial
error.
and error, and lots of times processes like that are very difficult to explain to someone because you maybe don't know just why all this happens, but you know it works if you do it that way.
Right. This is one of the kilns where we bring it to finally get it down to the moisture depth we want, just a little bit smaller than we want it. This kiln right here is probably running about 130 degrees right now. I probably won't run it any higher than that. Once it comes out of these, you can go out back. Bill's doing some conventional bending out there.
This is the kiln here.
This is just a drying kiln, cold bend. Yep.
So there's Dern.
Yep.
Over here, bending some things in, I guess you call this the conventional method.
Right. Conventional, it's pretty much the way that it was started out. You do your bending in straps, leave them in the straps, and then put them in a dry kiln to dry down. We also have radio frequency bending. Those bends, you put them into the press, and as soon 15 minutes later, the piece is done and ready to put in a chair. These backs that Bill's bending right now, it probably will be a week before they're dry enough to ship out. What you do is bend them up into the strap. The straps will be put on the truck, put into the kiln. They'll probably stay in those straps for 3-4 days. Then we'll break them out, put them on stickers, but leave them in the kiln. And it will take another 3-4 days to get it down for the wood to be dry.
Now we see a lot of steam throughout the processes here, and that provides a little heat and a little moisture, right, to help the wood work.
Yep.
But lots of times when you think of steam heat, you think of extreme pressures and things like that. But you're operating very low pressures here.
Yeah, we're running at around 5 pounds on the steam boxes, which is a lot when you get. I mean, it depends on the volume that you have there. Of course, if you have a small steam box with 5 pounds, you don't have much force when that door opens. Here, you have to be careful. You know, with such a big box, you have to just let it off slow.
Now, we're looking at here these blue machines, which say Radio Frequency Services Incorporated, and this is just a glorified microwave oven.
It's the same thing. It works just like a microwave oven. You put the wet wood in, and it dries it. Like we were looking at the wood out back, and I said it takes like up to a week for it to dry in the kilns after they've been bent. Here we put the wood in, and in 15 minutes or so, the wood comes out and it's ready to be machined.
But depending on the properties of the wood and just what item you're making here, you've got to do just like a conventional microwave oven. You've got to set the intensity of it and the timing of it.
Yeah.
And those are both critical.
Just like popcorn. If you put it in there too long, you're going to burn it. You can get it hot enough that you can start the machines on fire. If you put it in, the power's up too high, it'll just start on fire. We're bending cherry today. Cherry's a little bit hard to bend. You have to be careful because it has a tendency to burn real quick. We've gotten it down pretty good over the last 10 years. But every now and then, if your moisture content's a little high or whatever, you get too much moisture coming out and it will burn. Randy's changing them now.
When a piece comes out of here, that's the last thing you have to do here to some of it. That's going to be shipped like it is.
What we'll do, yep, we put it on the truck here. We'll let it sit for a day or so for everything to cool off. They'll be inspected and packed. You just want to let them sit for a little while and try to equalize, the moisture content. Same as out back. Get a stock out of the steam box over there.
Doubling up on the pieces doing that, it creates a slightly difference between the two pieces, but they're close
Slightly
within the tolerances of the product you're making.
Yep. You take the two pieces. Here's two that were one on top of the other. You're not going to get it. One thing about it, you just slide it down just a little. I don't want to show that, but you can see that brings the bend right back just by sliding it down that little bit.
And throughout the bending process, it requires the best quality wood. Good straight grain, no defects. Rods, real irregular grain, pitch pockets, whatever you want to call it as a defect.
It should be all, high-grade lumber. But every once in a while we get customers that want rustic wood, and they'll take a little, they'll take knots, they'll take pitch.
To me, I always feel it has more character than just a plain, straight-grain piece of wood.
Give it a little rustic look. No, but like I said, they'll sit on there for a day or so, then they'll go through. Some won't quite take the shape. They might be a little bit wetter, or they might have been a little bit drier. When you steam them, they all don't get the same steam. So what you do is you have to check your bend for the right, make sure it's the right bend.
Now, if a piece didn't come out properly, does it get a second chance?
Yes, it does. We'll take it and just steam it a little bit longer than we did the first time. Make sure it's good steam. You might want to let it sit in the press a little bit longer the second time around. But we just take a bunch of them. We know that they've already been dried once. We just steam them a little longer, leave them in a little bit longer, and we'll bend them again.
And right here next to us, we've got another similar machine that's doing bigger and thicker pieces, right, for chair back?
Yep. These are backs that were bent out back conventionally. What it is, our customer is in a real big hurry for them. So what we're doing is bending them conventionally out back where we can get end pressure on them so that we don't break the back. And then I had to build a block. When we bent them out back, we took them out and they're like 14%. So what we'll do is just put them on that form without steaming them. Let them sit there for 10 minutes. That way we can get them shipped to the customer within a couple of days instead of waiting a week before we can send it to them. What it is, we'll put them on there. You watch for a minute. You'll be able to see the water come right out of the ends of them. You're bending a pretty thick piece. Like I said, this is one of them that we boil.
So this particular piece right here would go through how many processes? And when it comes to you from the sawmill, it's a board roughly this dimension, a total of 6-7 feet long.
Yeah, it's 80 inches long. What we do on something this long, first thing we do is bring it in, dry it down to the desired moisture content. Then with it being so long, we take them up in weed form here to make sure they're all the same size. Because if you don't get good end pressure on when you bend it, you don't want to lose a piece that's 3.5 inches wide by 80 inches long.
But the end part will later be trimmed, so you've got an extra piece there, a little extra length.
Right, right. But when we cut it off, you might only cut a 1/4 inch off, just to make sure they're all the same exact length. After we cut it off, we have a marking pattern that we lay on. We cut out the piece there. Yep. We bandsaw it. After you bandsaw it, you got to take it and sand it. Because if you try to bend it with the bandsaw marks there, it'll
That's creating like little stresses in the wood.
right.
You gotta get it back to a uniform surface.
Right. Just like this piece here, we do the first bend.
Right.
It would come around. Of course,
you'd have
it's
the
3
wide.
inches wide. And what we do on the first bend is we just dry it a little ways up. Then you have to take it, boil it. Then you would bring it over. I can show you one of the jigs over there. These are all homemade jigs. It's not something that you can even buy. What we've done here, we have the finished piece. Once the piece is bent the first time around, we bring it over and put it on this homemade jig that we have here. Of course, your arms would be sticking out here. Clamp it all down. Make sure you have real good end pressure on it. And what we do is we have electric come along and we just bring it down. When it gets done, same thing. There's your finished piece.
And that machine there, that's 100% homemade.
Oh, right. Just got to figure out how to do it. On this one here, it's harder when you get the wide arms. If you have a 1x1, a lot of times you can do both bends once. At Hale Company, we used to do all of our compound bends with straps, and you could do both bends at one time. Here, where you can set up a bunch of stations, and do them RF, it's a lot handier, because when you do them conventionally, you have to make big forms to fit them in. You know, after you bend them, you'd let them sit on the block for 15 minutes or so, but then you'd have to put them into a wooden form, prop it up to where you want it, and then your whole form and everything would have to go in the kiln. So your kiln space, you need a lot of kiln space when you do it. But once it comes off this machine, you inspect it, pack it, and there you go.
That piece of wood made a complete U-turn. I mean, one of these was headed up the tree, and the other is headed down the tree. And that's quite a feat to change that many directions.
Main thing is
a uniform looking piece of wood.
You have to keep end pressure on. I mean, without end pressure, you're not going to get anything out of it.
You've got kind of another unique thing that you do on some chair backs, and I always thought maybe that was routed out or something, but you say it's embossed.
Yep.
And it's just by heated pressure. And got here the piece that does that, that's pushed into the bent pieces of wood. And you said that's stainless steel?
Correct.
And it comes from Italy?
Italy. We send over there any dies that we need. We send over in Italy. Takes a while to get them back here, but all we do is set them up on the press over here, hooked up. What it does, the whole top plate heats up to a temperature somewhere around 200 degrees. Just take it, the machine will come up and emboss it.
And you're talking about pressures here sometimes in excess of 2,000 pounds per square inch.
Correct, correct. On maple, you probably run 2,500 pounds per square inch. Oak, of course, is a little bit less. You can see the size of the machine now.
Some massive castings, and I guess you'd have to call out a bolt. There's a nut.
It would probably take, that machine would probably handle 20,000 pounds per square inch.
Look, we've got a distinguished visitor joining us.
Mr. White. How you doing?
All right. Good. Looking at the size of some of the diameters of these cylinders, it's like they're just huge.
Yeah, they are more than you would ever need on these machines. Why they're so big is they're converted. They used to be water pistons, and they've been converted to hydraulics, just because you don't use water power anymore, of course. This cylinder here probably would have to be less than a quarter of that size to create the pressure that we would need on that machine. Just you have them there, so instead of buying new ones, you just convert the ones you have. It's cheaper.
So that explains the mass of some of the things that are here. So what are you doing? Bending wood. looks like we've about completed our tour of Shushan Bentwood in Shushan, New York, and we want to thank Buzz Thompson here very much for the tour. And it looks like we're at about the end of the line here, because this looks like this is ready to leave, and we're leaving also.
Yep, we're in the shipping room now, and it was nice having you guys over here.
Well, I thank you very much, and
Yep.
we'll visit again someday. Keep up the good work and keep making American products.
Come on in. We're open.
So, Bruin, what are we doing here for you again?
Well, I thought I'd come and find a pet. Isn't this where they have pets?
Sure. Come on in and sit down, and I'll get one of the counselors to come and show you what we have available for adoption.
Well, Danielle, before we go in, look at the sign behind you. See, don't leave me in a parked car. It may be a deadly mistake. So remember that. Don't leave me in a parked car. I like moving cars, but not parked cars.
I don't take you anywhere because then people get the wrong idea. They think that I'm like a terrorist or something going to, you know,
I'm not a terror.
attack people with a bear.
I'm not a terror. What do you mean a terror? Well, let's go and see about a pet.
Okay, let's find the pet.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Tina. I'm going to be your adoption counselor today. So come on in and we'll show you what we've got for adoption.
Okay. Is this the way we go, down this hall?
Yes, come on right down here. I'm going to take you down into the adoption room, and
What?
I'm going to have you fill out a questionnaire for adoption, and then we'll look at a few pets down there.
But what are in all these rooms and these doors and
Well,
things like that?
this room right here is our kittery where we normally have kittens. However, all the kittens have been adopted for the time being, so we don't have any babies right now.
So I can't get a kitten then?
Not right at this moment, nope.
Can I put my name on the waiting list?
Sure, you certainly may. We'd be happy to give you a call. We do have some little itty-bitty babies that are not yet old enough to be adopted, and so it's going to be a while for them. We don't adopt them out until they're 8 weeks old and they've had their first shots and been tested and that sort of thing.
Tested? You mean you gotta find out whether they're smart or not?
Yes, we have to find out how their IQ is. No, actually, we test every animal in here for ringworm. We test everything for ringworm, feline leukemia, and feline AIDS. All of the cats get tested for that. And then they also get shots for all kinds of things, just like babies do. So,
Bruin, aren't you glad that you're not a kitten? You haven't ever had to have a shot in your life, have you?
Well, no, but I think I've been shot at.
probably so.
Is that the same kind of shot you're talking about?
Well, theirs isn't quite as deadly.
Oh, I hope not.
They hurt more though.
Well, okay, let's go. We're going to go in. I have some paperwork to fill out.
Okay, yes, I need to have you fill out one of our questionnaires. Right
Okay.
this way.
Walk this way. Walk this way. It says staff only. Am I a staff?
Well, we're just going to take a shortcut through the staff room.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bruin, don't quit your day job for that singing thing.
Well, I like my voice. This is your office. This is the adoption room.
This is the adoption room, and the first thing that we'll have you do is fill out a questionnaire. I think that we're interested today in looking at the bunnies, and also we have a cat that...
I hear a cat.
That's George.
George?
This is George. This is one of our favorite kitties. He's just got a personality plus.
Hi, George. Hey, George. How you doing?
He says, don't know about this.
Can George talk?
Actually, I haven't heard George talk. You're looking for someone that you can talk with, huh?
Yeah, well, I learned how to talk. I don't know all the words, and I have difficulty with some, but it sounds like George is pretty ready to go. There he is. Hey, George. See, he knows his name.
Yeah, he does know his name. Well, I've never had that request before. Interesting. Maybe. You never can tell.
It almost sounds like he's saying now.
Now, yeah. I want to go home with you now.
You could call him George of the Jungle.
Or get George a second chance.
That's right. Well,
Georgia Jungle.
I'm going to give you this application to fill out, and what I need you to do is fill out your name and address and your phone number, and then answer all the questions on the front, and then all the questions on the back, and there's a place for you to sign and date. People have told us that it's harder than adopting a baby, and sometimes I think that's true. We're very particular about where our special animals go.
Well, I'm a special animal. I think.
Well, you look very special to me.
Well,
Okay, are you ready?
no.
Okay.
Is this a test?
I don't think so. Do you grade papers after we fill them out?
Nope.
No.
See, it's
But
not
we
a
do
test.
want to make sure that it's going to be a good, responsible home. One of the things that we always do is we do a vet check if you have other pets at home. We want to make sure that everybody at your house is both spayed and neutered and up to date on all their shots, that they're getting regular vet care. So we do call your vet. And if you rent, the other thing that we do is we call and check with your landlord to make sure that your landlord is going to be happy with the idea that you're adding a new member to your household. So those are a couple of things that we do take care of.
Well, I live alone, and I move from one den to another den depending on the weather. Would that present a problem?
Well, probably not. I think that the bunny could probably move with you from den to den.
Yeah, I saw you have a bunny too.
You got a lot in common.
Yeah, she's pretty. This is a gray satin, and she has beautiful, beautiful velveteen fur.
Just like the Velveteen Rabbit. I read that
Absolutely.
story.
Well, she looks just like the Velveteen Rabbit. She's a beautiful, beautiful bunny, and she's very sweet.
She's also smart. Do you see the newspaper that she reads?
Absolutely.
Do you think that maybe she would learn how to talk? If she's reading, she must know the basics.
Well, that's possible. Let's see what she's reading about. She's talking about oil and a project in Canada, so maybe so.
Yeah. What's her bunny's name?
Actually, we've not named her, so you can give her your own name, whatever you think is appropriate.
Well, she doesn't seem to be afraid of me. Got my nose right in her cage there.
I'm surprised. Well, she may have run into bears out before sometime when she was out in the wild, so you never can tell. It looks like a match made in heaven.
Well, yeah, she's pretty neat. Yeah, I think, well, seriously have to consider her. And not give her a name. Give her a name. Have to think about this.
Well, I think I'm going to shut this door over here so we can let George come out.
Oh, George is going to come out and join the crowd?
Why not?
Hey, George.
Hi, George. Hi.
Oh boy, I get to go out.
Come see us.
Hey, what did he just say?
Come on, George. He says, I'm not quite so sure about all of this. Yeah. Whoops. Oops, that's a problem. That maybe wasn't the best idea.
Well, he just has to
Come here,
sort of
George.
sniff around and look around and everything else like that before he, I do the same thing usually when I first meet people that I haven't seen for a while or haven't ever been with. I sort of walk around.
Come on, George.
He's behind you, Bruin.
Hey, George. George of the Jungle, second chance. Second chance, George.
Come on, George.
He likes that hinge. Oh, George. Well, can I have both a rabbit and a cat?
Absolutely. We can do 2 adoptions a day. In fact, we're doing a 2-for-1 special right now, so we can probably even do something financially on that. Normally, our adoption fee for a cat is $60. And basically what we're needing to do is we're needing to recover our costs for surgery because we have to reimburse ourselves for the spay and neuter fees. So basically, that's about what that fee goes for. And the average cat is usually here, something like 6 weeks. Hi, there's George.
Hey, George.
Look at this unique tail that he has. Isn't that something?
Hey, he's a bobcat.
Yeah, he's got a very interesting tail.
Is he a wild cat?
He's actually not wild, but he looks like a bobcat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
hey,
look at
this.
this.
He likes me.
There you go.
Oh, he gave me a kiss on the nose.
Yeah,
Now
and
he's
then
walking away.
And then he took off. He's like, Come here, George.
Yeah, hey, Danielle, did we fill out all those questions and everything else like that?
No.
Oh, maybe we should do that and then I can go ahead and... How do I get them home? Do you have leashes? Do they come in a cage?
Well, all of our dogs go on a leash, and all of the cats go in a cardboard cat carrier that you can even take them to the vet in. And so everybody gets that, and everybody gets a little sample of the food that they're eating so that you can mix it with the food that you're going to purchase, because we don't want to upset anybody's tummy by making a quick switch on their food. And you get an adoption packet when you adopt from us. And if the animal has not already been spayed and neutered, which would be the case in a kitten, you get a free spay-neuter certificate that you just take to your vet. But there's a booklet in here. It talks about cat
Hey,
care.
there's George's picture, isn't it?
Well, actually, it's not George, but it looks a lot like George. And this is our little second chance brochure. And this is something that tells about all the different things that we need to have donated to the shelter. Lots of people bring us old towels and old sheets and old comforters and blankets, and those things are very helpful to us. We need those things all the time.
How about, my bed is, you get comforters and everything else like that. I usually just have straw and needles and, pine needles and things like that.
That's right, out where you live, that probably is the case.
Yeah, it's boy, if I could get, Does a comforter come with a cat?
Well,
And a rabbit?
we do send a little cat cozy. We have these ladies that knit for us, and they knit us all these little cat cozies, and the cats go home with one of those.
Boy, George likes you.
He's a very special cat. He's a very special cat.
Hi, George, how you doing? Oh, fine. How good? Oh, see, he likes me, giving me kisses on my nose. Yep. Well, we'll take George, or we'll think about taking George. Boy, there's a rabbit. I like that rabbit.
You want to give me some help here, Bruin?
Sure, my name's Bruin.
I got that part, and I got
D-Bear.
that.
What else do you need?
Well, you currently own a house, a condo.
A den.
Okay. Help for how long?
All my life, I've been in dens.
Okay.
Where did George go?
He's right here.
Oh, George. George is tickling my feet.
Do you live with family or friends in your den?
Well, just by myself.
So that would be a no. Are you a first-time cat adopter?
Well, officially, yeah, but I've had other cats come and visit me. He really likes me.
Okay.
I think he thinks I'm a big cat.
Okay. Have you ever adopted from or surrendered an animal before?
No, what do you mean surrendered an animal? I was never in a war, so how can I surrender? What does she mean surrender?
That someone's bringing us an animal to give up.
Oh, no, I don't give up animals. I like to keep the animals in the forest, and I like to keep them around, and yeah.
Okay.
Who ever would give up an animal?
Okay. Well, that would be a no. Please list the cats or dogs that you currently live with or have lived with in your adult life.
Oh, that's going to be hard. Right now, it's 0. And before there was polecat, there was stray cat, there was tiger cat, there was bobcat, there were a whole bunch of them that come and go visit me and stay for a while.
Okay.
Does that make a problem?
No, I don't think so, because it sounds like they just kind of come and go naturally, so that's okay.
And did you live with any other pets or children?
Oh, no children. No, I've never lived with children. I like children, but they like me, but they never lived with me.
Okay.
I don't think. I don't remember any kids being around.
So,
Christmas time's a good time for kids to be around, though.
yeah, it is. Okay. Your new cat.
That's my new cat.
That would be George, so that would be a boy. And the age range, how old is George?
We don't have an actual age on him. We have him as a young adult male. He's probably 3 or 4 years old, though, I would say.
Okay.
Cats live a long time. They can live to be 17, 18 years old. A friend of mine actually has a cat that's 20 years old.
Wow.
So it is a long-term commitment.
Well, yep. I hope he likes walking through the woods, because that's what I do a lot.
I'm sure that he would enjoy that lots.
Yeah, he seems to like me. Likes being petted, too.
Berwin, on your application
Yes.
here, what's your email address?
Easy. It's bruindybear@yahoo.com.
Okay. You're pretty smart for a bear, I have to give you credit.
Well, I've learned the hard way, but yeah, every day I learn more and more.
Hey Bruin, what was the very first words that you ever learned to speak since you want an animal that talks?
The very first word I learned to speak, I forget, it was so long ago.
What was that big long word?
A long word, long. That was the word, long. That's a long word.
No, it was something that you had seen on television. Remember, you heard that child saying it. Super, what was it? I can't remember now.
Califragilisticexpialidocious?
That's the one.
That's from Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that's the one. Yes, that was my very first word I ever learned. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Ha ha. Thanks for reminding me, Tina.
So the English has gotten a lot better, but the memory is still kinda.
At my age, I'm lucky I have memory. Okay, what else do we have to fill out there?
Do you plan to declaw your new cat?
What? No way. What? I'd be like taking my own claws out. No.
That's the right answer, too. We don't do adoptions to people that want to declaw. We're very, very opposed to it. We find it to be very inhumane.
Well, how else can a cat climb a tree? And how else can an animal protect itself?
Well,
That's
Bruin,
right.
remember that show that we saw that guy walking up the side of the tree? He didn't have claws.
Oh, you mean my buddy Claude?
Yeah.
Well, that was because he had that lid magnet on his feet, and he didn't know it. But yeah, but you're right. He didn't have claws, but that was a special thing that he had on his feet. Ha!
Well, you could probably put it on the cat. Wood magnet.
Well, I think I ran out of it. Cats need their claws.
Absolutely.
So do dogs, and so especially bears. Bears need their claws too. Fish don't. Fish don't need claws.
Fish don't have claws to start with.
Oh, that's right. They have scales. That's right. They go around weighing themselves all the time.
Okay. What role would you like your new cat to play in your life?
Oh, he can roll in the grass. He can roll in the pine needles. He's rolling on the floor. He's pretty good. He has all the rolls he needs. Look at that.
So you want a family pet then, right?
Well, sure.
Okay.
I'm a family, aren't I?
You will be now with George.
And the rabbit.
Oh, we're taking the rabbit too. Okay.
Sure. I just have to come up with a name for him.
What name just sounds good?
Velveeta, like in cheese. Velveteen rabbit, Velveeta.
That's cute.
You're something.
Hey, look at George. He just loves to roll. He's a playful little cat. Boy, I'll say he's playful. He's going to keep me busy.
You better learn to roll with him.
So what else do we need to fill out there?
What behaviors would you have a hard time dealing with in your new cat?
Biting me on the nose. I don't like anybody to bite me on the nose.
Okay.
But he did. He kissed me on the nose, remember?
Anything
So
else?
no problem there. Nope, that's it.
Okay. Wow, listen to that, Bruin. Can you hear? He's happy.
Hi there. Hi, George.
He likes you. He's purring. life at your home, would you classify your home as calm, some activity, extremely busy?
Well, it depends on the time of day, but normally it's, I'm gonna say calm to extremely busy.
That's kind of covering the whole basis. You need to pick one. Silly.
When I'm sleeping, it's very calm. When I'm out and about, it's sort of busy.
So we'll just say some activity. How's that?
Okay,
What type of cat do you envision yourself owning?
a George cat. There he is, see? I envision myself owning a cat with a very short tail, like a bobcat, and sort of orangey colored with stripes, and 4 paws, and 2 ears, and a nose, 2 eyes, and fur,
Oh, you got it pretty well down, don't you?
and claws on his feet.
Okay.
He goes meow every now and then,
Would your new cat be
which
living
makes it
with...
sound like he's saying now.
I'm trying to talk to you, you know.
Oh, sorry.
Quiet. Would your new cat be living with or have any of these as neighbors or visitors? Other cats.
Polecats,
Okay.
bobcats, wildcats.
So that would be yes. Birds.
Oh, have you ever been in the forest and not seen a bird?
Okay, so that would be yes. Rabbits / rodents.
Well, if we take Velveteen with us,
Velveeta.
Velveeta, I forgot, that's right, Velveteen Velveeta. We take Velveeta with us, sure there's going to be a rabbit there.
Okay, so that would be yes.
George, I hope you like Velveteen. Or Velveeta.
About how many hours each day will your cat spend indoors?
Well, whenever I go indoors, the cat will be indoors. When I go outdoors, the cat will be outdoors.
Okay. So we'll say half and half. Where will your cat
I
spend
think
the
Tina
night?
wore him out. He looks tired. Look at him. He's taking a nap. Bird just yawned. Oh. Yes, what?
Is the cat going to spend the night outside or inside?
Well, depends. If it's a nice warm summer night and I decide to sleep outside, he'll sleep outside. But if it's like it's been, we'll be inside the den, believe me.
Okay. So we'll check off both of those.
He's taking a bath. He takes a bath like I do. Well, actually, I used to jump into a stream sometime and then I let myself off. That's after I shake off.
What kind of... Okay, we'll skip that one. About how much time during the day will your cat spend alone, unsupervised, without a bear?
Well, I would doubt ever.
Okay, none. Okay, so now you need to sign that. I'll date it for you.
Date it. What do you mean date it?
Like what today's date is?
Oh,
Because we keep these applications for about a year before we put them into a file.
you mean I'm gonna have to wait a year before I get the cat?
Oh, no. If we get all of if you're approved for adoption today, which it looks like you will be, you can take the cat home with you today. And Velveteen, the Velveeta.
Velveeta.
We're not getting that name straight at all.
No, not at all. Yep, she's a Velveteen rabbit, but her name's Velveeta. You can almost make a song out of that. Oh, Velveeta. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the song Evita.
Okay. Where are you signing here, Bruin?
On the dotted line. Where else? Thanks again, Tina. And we got the George in here, and we'll see you later.
You got that
Come
one?
on, Danielle, let's go. I'm backing out of here.
You got everything?
Got it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we're now in Salem, New York, at Shushan Bentwood's Sawmill. And Jim White, Bennington County Forester, has been able to catch up to us and accompany us on this part of the tour. We have here Rance Robinson, who's the manager of the sawmill and all its associated operations, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the history of things here and what goes on.
The way it starts out, as you said, you've seen it go through the sawmill, and what we're doing here, we're basically sawing for the Bentwood aspect of it. And out here, you can see out here in these packs, if you want to take a walk around the corner, what we're sawing for our bentwood purposes. We're sawing soft maple right now. What we're ideally looking for is the white wood for our chair back. Predominantly white wood. See a few billboards here. Claude knows most of the soft maple grows around here isn't all white. And what we're doing here is sorting it. The white wood, which will go into our bentwood process, and the unselected wood here, which has the heart through it, has the heartwood through it, and is a little darker in coloration. We sort it out here. And from here, where it'll go is the white woods will go into my bending operation, and the discolored wood here of the soft maple will go over to our grading station. And I have a grader over there right now if we'd like to take a walk over there and see that run through the process.
Sure. Yep.
What we have here is our grading station for grading of our lumber. What actually happens here is the lumber comes up on a lift arm, rolls down a cheat and chain. I have a national grader. It grades the lumber as it's going down through. And what will happen here, there's actually 3 loads getting done right here. The one load which will go across the arms onto the forks and stacked over there. Then there's 2 more sorts that are going downstairs and be dropped out down below there. Then after the finished packs are done, they're rolled out on a set of conveyors and rolled out the door and banded. Right now we're in the rough mill. What happens, like you saw down to the sawmill, those white packs or the white pack of lumber that was down there, what will happen, the forklift driver will bring it around, set it on these steel carts that you see here. It'll be pushed up to a cutoff saw over here and cut to a rough dimension on the length. Then what it'll do, it will come over to the rip saw and ripped into a nominal size for our bentwood plant Shushan. Then after it's run through the rip saw, what it is it's ripped to a nominal piece. Then from here, where it'll go is out to our planer out here. Well, planer, double-headed planer, which planes the top side and the bottom side of the lumber, and stacked on carts behind the planer. Then from there, we'll go over here to our equalizer. And this machine here, what it actually does, it cuts both ends of the pieces of wood to an exact measurement so they can put them in the straps over in Shushan.
This piece of machinery here looks to be the most flexible of any you got. Looks like it'll do about anything you want it to do.
It will do about anything. What we do with it, we do some moldings for our bentwood, for our bows and our backs. We do some edgings on our bows. We also make hardwood flooring, tongue and groove paneling, moldings. It's a very versatile machine. I've got some samples over here we could take a look at.
And this is made in Japan.
Made in Japan. Here we have some 1.5 inch. This is just a small scrap piece that I have. It's 1.5 inch tongue and groove flooring. We also do 4/4, 3/4 inch tongue and groove flooring, stress relieved on the back side. This is a kick plate molding that we do. A piece of wormy oak tongue and groove flooring, and some other various moldings that we have run on there. And we also make half lap, shiplap, all out of eastern white pine, which grows predominant in this area.
Bentwood's the main focus.
Bentwood is the main.
They gotta be kept happy first.
We gotta keep them happy first, and we fill in with the other.
Great to see again the use of so many things, and the species of wood that you use is virtually about everything.
Unlimited. Anything that grows in the woods.
Okay, well, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sharing this
Thank you.
information. It's going to make a great show.
Good.
We appreciate it.